Hello there, and welcome to another episode of my Star Wars world. And today we have finished up the mountain here behind me, and we are going to start working on the mining facility. And I realized I made some bits of this a little bit too big, so we are going to have to remove some, but it should all work out. I have the design ready, and unfortunately I need 16,000 deep slate blocks, so yeah, I'm going to have to do a bit of mining. So that's going to be the start of this, but I think I'll skip that for you guys, and we'll jump to me having the resources. I am so done with this. I had enough of grabbing these powdered snow, so I just decided to come and grab a couple of shulker boxes. That way I shouldn't have to come back for quite a while. I have all my shulker boxes ready, so let's get started on this build. Well, you might be wondering what all of this redstone is for, and I'll tell you now, this is for just one part of the armor stand scenes that are coming up, and it took me 2 full days of my life, 2 days, to build this whole thing. It was ridiculous trying to get it all in. These 2 observer lines you see behind me, I moved them about 4 times trying to fit everything in, and of course, as you saw down below while I was doing it, underneath here somewhere, if I can get down, these are where all the books are going to go. So you can see there is lots of books. Obviously one of these for each of the armor stands. Just getting the timings right, getting it so that as it moves across. Yeah, but you'll see in the coming episode. Hopefully next episode I will have those armor stands all set up and we can see how the scene plays out. But now let's get back to the building.
Join me, and together we can rule the algorithm as creator and sub.
That is the first half of the mining facility done, and to be honest I had to split this up into two because this has already taken me a lot of hours, especially with all the redstone work in there. But there's a few things that I wanted to show you guys in here. So obviously you saw all the redstone earlier. Now if I just come in here and press this button, and I should be able to go, right, okay, bad design. So if I press this button, this should all be working. This is my first test. Please don't break on me. Yes, everything is working, and I think that was a firefly as well. Excellent. Now you'll see at the end of this corridor it is just blocked off. That is because I couldn't quite get the center of this thing to line up with the next room without having a very extreme angle, which we really don't want. So for this I have a button to make sure that I don't activate it accidentally, but then to reset it I can just click on this note block and it will reset everything back to how it was, provided this all works as well. And yes, excellent. So that's all working. This landing pad, you might have seen in the time lapse, actually became a bit of a mob farm, which is unfortunate. But oh well, we just have to deal with that. So that means to get into this room here, you actually need to just fly in, which isn't the most ideal thing, because this is probably where I'm going to be putting my super smelter. And I'm thinking maybe just behind here, having two barrels, one to put them in and one to take them out. We could even have this take like an observer output to switch it on or something. The door isn't particularly great. I really couldn't get it to work with any blocks. But yeah, this does look a bit plain on the walls at the moment. Now, you would have seen here, I've got these banners that I made. And you can also see I have some armor stands in my inventory. That's because we're about to try something. I did try this in a test copy, and to be honest, I think it looks really good. So let's quickly whack one of these armor stands into the right position, and I think this one needs to be 0, and then this can be -90. And then we just need to scale the size correctly, and we'll do some estimating to start with, and then we'll just fine tune it. Yeah, that is the correct size. I just need to... Can I... Oh no, this is not good. Oh, hang on, I've got an idea. Okay, so let's say you got this problem here if you're doing the armor stands and you can't actually reach it to change anything. Now what you can do with this armor stand mod is just click on another one, and then you can select this and you can modify, and we just want to lift that up a little bit, not that much. That's probably a little bit too high, but I think it does the job. So now I want to go back onto this one. So there we go, we can modify this and we'll just set it to invisible. And now the only unfortunate thing is you get the little banner stick at the bottom there, but this is now a monitor, and I'm going to put a bunch of these in all of these gaps. We'll see how many I can fit in, maybe some smaller ones here, and the other side is fine, we don't need to do anything there. Now I have just noticed a little bit of a problem with this. Now hopefully this will do the job. So due to the way the armor stands work, because it's actually on the other side of the wall, they're not lit up properly. Yeah, I don't... The only thing I could do is replace this back wall with lights, I guess, but now that the armor stands are in, I don't really want to do that. So you can see how this one's a bit more lit up and these are dark. If I go and sleep, it looks fine when it's daytime. So I think we're just going to leave it like that. I don't mind so much. So after sleeping and making it daytime, you will see they do actually look quite lit up, which is better, but I guess we're just going to have to put up with that. And there we go, we got some screens in here now. Unfortunately, I couldn't get them to sit on here. Also, you'll notice in the left corner of my screen, when you turn far enough, it actually gets rid of them, but you know, what else am I going to do there? But yeah, I couldn't get these ones to go here because they were getting darked out by the basically solid block inside here. Now, I could probably remove some of the blocks from the inside, but it's not very many. So I think we'll just leave those sides empty for now. Now, before we move on to the second half of this project, I do have some other bits that I need to do some work on, which is to do with my big project that I said I'm working on in the background. And that is, of course, my nether hub, which I'm hoping to have done by the end of this island. That way, you know, I can start linking up to the next islands and actually have that to use, so when I come back here for resources and things like that. But of course, to do that, I've mentioned in previous episodes, I've made a lot of farms for resources that I need for it, and there is only two left. two left that I need to get. There's 2 farms and they're both very simple. So I just need to go and pick out a spot. So we're going to go make some farms now and get those ready for the nether hub. So the first of these farms is these blue flowers, because that's the only dye that I don't really have a decent renewable source for. I've been just getting the lapis lazuli from the villager trades, which has been great for my small amounts. But for my nether hub, I'm going to need a lot of this. So it's time to build up this last farm, the final dye that I don't have a good source of. Now first off, I need to work out a space. I also have a bunch of resources for building both of these farms. So we'll take some of these to start with. Now I thought these only spawned in like proper flower fields, but this area is just full of the blue ones. So this should be an ideal spot. There's also a beehive there. I might go and steal that later. Well, after spending 2 days on the redstone for the armor stand scene, I've actually decided just to watch a video for this because it's a tiny farm and I just want to make sure I do it right. I can't be bothered wasting time with this. And after saying that, I already messed up by making this too big. Well, that's the redstone for the shifting done. Now I need to find the middle, dig a little hole, and then we need a dispenser in here. Actually, the dispenser is supposed to be one lower than that. That was pretty stupid of me. And now the observers are in, that is all linked up, so now all we need to do is take some hoppers and just start filling in all of this. Now this is where I start going a little bit different from the other farms, and I'm going to basically cover this all in glass. I'm going to attach a nether portal to it and probably dig a hole for the zombie pigmen to fall down. I didn't bring any trapdoors with me. That's okay. I'm going to take this beehive anyway. There's another one here too. I'll take that. Oh, and it shows the amount of bees finally, thanks to the update. Yes. Yes, that is so useful. I wonder if I can find any pointed dripstone around here. That might make me not have to dig as big of a hole. That would be quite useful. Oh, would you look at that. There's a cave right next to me with loads of it. Absolutely brilliant. And I only need 6. That will do. Actually, do we want to double it up? I don't know if it takes any more damage from falling on them if they're bigger. It wouldn't really make sense. It should just be quite simply if you land on one. And now the easy part, just a block of glass going all the way around this. Okay, one thing I didn't bring with me is lighting blocks, which is a little bit annoying. But I think it will be fine anyway. I might just cover the top of this in slabs. I don't think I'm going to have enough slabs either. Alright, we'll put a little glass roof in here as well. Now you may be thinking, why go through all this effort? And that's because I actually do something a little bit different with these flower farms, where I don't collect all of the seeds and everything. I just want the blue flowers. So if I've got some buckets in here. I did something stupid. I need a lava bucket, and I literally just covered one up over there earlier. So that lava is gone. And it's not night time. Hopefully we can find... Oh, there's one down here. Lovely. And we also need a water bucket, which should be much easier to find. And 2 item frames. Do we have a cow anywhere? There must be one cow. I do need leather. No, we'll save it for a cow. You know what? The horses are going to get it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm never going to bring these horses to any of my bases. Ah, and we got a little trophy for that as well. Nice. Oh my goodness, there were so many cows here. I literally flew straight past them. What an idiot. I feel kind of bad now. And the reason I wanted those is because I'm going to make... I need more of that. I'm going to make 2 item frames for these buckets so that I don't have to get them later on. I can just get them while I'm here, whenever I'm at this farm. We can just whack these like this, put one in here and one in here. Now the reason for that is, actually, there's a problem I didn't consider. I need some way to block the water here. So signs, I guess signs will do the job. Or trap doors. I mean, it will do. Do I like it? Not really. We put our bone meal in there. And now I'm going to trap myself in this box, because the only exit we will need is the nether portal once I light it. But let's just give this farm a quick test and I'll show you what I'm talking about with this stuff here. So now we just need to flick one of these. It's very loud, and then trying to turn it off is the worst part. Right, so what I do is I get rid of all this stuff, and then I fill my inventory with the flowers that I want, and then I literally just put a water bucket in the corner, put it in the other corner. I go around like this until everything is in the middle, and then we can break these last two and just burn all of the excess, because that's much quicker than getting rid of it any other way. I guess I could use dispensers, just have dispensers in the corners and then push it all into the middle, but that's way too complicated for a simple farm like this. So now I'm just going to AFK for a bit, and 5 minutes later I now have a full shulker box of these blue cornflowers. That'll do me for now. I can come back here anytime and collect more of those. So now it's time to link up this portal. Let's see where this takes me. That's no fun. That is the worst possible situation. Because when it comes to doing my nether hub, I'm going to need to dig a tunnel through this. Oh, spoilers. Yeah, let me just connect this up and I will be back. Oh, that was weird. The heads just turned funny. I actually just want to go and check at some of my other farms and see. The flower farm we just made, there's a lot of water underground, so that's not going to be ideal. But I wonder about my witch farm, what height that's at. Because you need to be at a certain height for this to work. And if I'm already at that height, then I can double AFK at 2 farms. So might as well check. This is too high. What about the slime farm then? I think that might even be higher. Oh yeah, that's higher. What? Why is there a wandering trader here? I literally just turned up. Oh wait, and it's got the old trades as well. So this guy must have been here for ages. What's going on? My game is freaking out. Oh, it's the mangrove and the jungle next to each other. I'm literally looking right at the problem. Alright, I think I've decided on this spot here, because as you'll see, that's my witch farm over there. And also just out of view, somewhere over here is my slime farm, and there it is. So this should all be kind of within range to be like one segment of my nether hub. So yeah, I'm going to put it here. I don't know, let's just take a look under the ground. I've got a Fulbright. This is all water, yeah? Oh no, man. Is it just everywhere is like this? This spot seems a bit better. Hey, look at these giant pools of water. This is no good. Alright, so if you haven't guessed it by now, this is going to be a glow squid farm. I don't know why I picked up that many. I don't need that many. You know what, actually? This is a pretty good spot. I think we're going to go here. This spot will do. Because I don't think anything is close enough to be a big issue. But we can check. Yeah, okay, this is the spot. We're going to go where this is. So 1 stack should take me up to 140, and then I need to go up another 4 blocks. Or 5, is it 145? Hang on, let me check. So that should be the right height, and then from here I can do one of my armor stand things to check the spawn radius. Right, so I am actually in spectator mode now just to check this, and it looks like there's not actually a lot. There's some water here. Oh, it's lagging a bit. There's a water here. That's outside of the range. Yeah, this is actually quite a good spot. I'm glad I picked here. Oh, there's one nice chunk there. Oh, and my sponges are wet. Yeah, I want to make the platform with the nether portal. That way I can just go and dry my sponges quickly. And for now, I'm going to make it a fairly decent size. Now, is it going to link me back to one of the other ones? I don't believe it did, but why am I so low? Okay, cool, yeah, we've got one down here, and one here. They're all close enough. That's perfect. Although, looking at this, I don't have a good place to do my sponges. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm very low on health after that fall. Hang on, I'm missing a sponge. I am missing a sponge. Where did that go? Oh, it's up here. Are you kidding? Why is there a 2-block bit of water there? Oh, there's 2 water. What? There's 2 water blocks above me. I don't know if that's enough for them to spawn in, but I'm not taking any risks. You watch, after all this, it's going to turn around and say that they can't spawn in swamps or something stupid like that. Right, that'll do. Time for me to escape this hole, and then we can start building the actual farm. Surprisingly, that wasn't that difficult. It only took me about half an hour. Honestly, my game just glitched out when I clicked that, and I thought I broke the game. Oh, this is a way easier way to do it. I have made a bit of an error, as usual. Typically, when I make a hole like this, it's better to dig from the top of where you want the hole. But I've dug from the bottom like an idiot. This hole is taking a while to dig because I haven't set up a beacon, but at the same time it's quite a small hole, so I didn't feel like there was any need. Probably be more effort just breaking the beacon after than just dealing with this now. And that's the hole dug out. It's not that big, so if you want to build this, I will share the link in the description. The farm I'm doing is from Logical Geek Boy. Damn, bro did not tell me that I needed a trapdoor for this. Luckily I have some up here. And I just ran out of rockets as well. That was very lucky timing. So I've got all the rails in. We need to activate that one, and then we need to come down here and use the trapdoor like this. And I guess just go straight along here. I haven't actually waited to see what he says. I've run into an issue. I put some of these on gravel. That's not going to work, is it? And this is the part where I differ from everybody again. I'm just going to make a massive storage system as usual because I like to AFK for long periods. I need a lava bucket and I didn't get one. And that is access to the storage sorted. Just going to grab some ladders, I think. Well, that should do the trick. I'll come up with something that looks a little bit better at some point, but for now I just need to get it done. I know I'm going to miss one of these. I think that's all of them. Right, I made another mistake. I actually ended up making this too big. Right, well I just had multiple issues occur. The first one is that my audio on the last clip got corrupted. The second one is that this farm wasn't working. And I just save and quit the game and came back and now it is working. I don't know if it's very fast. I don't really know what it would look like. But yeah, look, it's working. I don't know, I save and quit, came back and it works now, so I was really not happy before, so I'm just relieved because I spent all that time building it. Even if it's slow, it doesn't matter, I can just leave it AFK longer. Not a problem. So now that this is working, it's time to move on. I'm going to leave this AFK and tomorrow we will jump straight back in with the building. So let's cut to the time lapse now to finish up the mining facility. And that is the mining facility all finished, although technically there is one more external thing to build, which is going to be a couple of vehicles, like one on this landing platform, and maybe we have one flying in for Palpatine's ship, and a couple of the little, what do you call them, droids that are on the lava, obviously for some of the armor stand scenes we're going to use that. But I will be honest, this side is kind of plain. I mean, there's definitely some textures on there, but compared to this, you can see all the little details that I put into all of this. And I do have a slow falling potion at the moment. I'll get used to using that. But yes, you can see there's a lot more little details on this side compared to this side where it's just kind of flat surfaces. And if I'm completely honest about this, it was kind of difficult finding pictures. I mean, all the pictures of this area are dark. They're like nighttime look, which is another reason why I actually did those time lapses in the kind of sunset color. I thought it matched a lot better, and you'll see any second now. Let me just put this on. Yeah, you can see as the sun sets, the color really pops for this, and it looks a lot better for this build. So I'm quite happy with how that's come out. But also, the backside over here is not really going to be used that much. We're going to put the smelter in this building here, and a lot of the stuff is going to be on this side. It was just to complete the look. I may go back later on and put some more details in, but I'm not really sure what I would add to it. Now, I have had some confirmation about this from the guys in the Discord, and I'm just going to try and move this guy over out the way so I can break him and rename the armor stand. But what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to copy the position. That way I don't have to try and match that up again. And there we go, we just paste and we can move it across and just try and line it up again. And there you go. We've got dumb, dumber, and me, dumbest. So that's all sorted. There you go. Now that that is done, I'm going to return to something that I did a long time ago. I think it was in episode 8. I got absolutely demolished by a mob, and I said I would come back for revenge. And now I have plenty of things. I have my totems of undying, I have my mace. So let's go back and let's see if we can take this guy on once again. To be honest, I can't even remember where it was. I'm pretty sure it was around here somewhere. For some reason I also decided it would be a good idea to come here without night vision potions. I'm going to go back and get those. Yeah, it was probably a good idea also to bring some enchanted golden apples. Don't know why I didn't think of that either. I've given up, I'm just digging. Whoa. Okay, yeah. They say don't dig straight down, but when the hole's that big, you're pretty safe. Oh yeah, we found it.
That place is strong with the dark side of the Force. A domain of evil it is.
Don't tell me these guys are going to set it off. Okay, we'll just drink that. Oh, diamonds. We'll always take those. What I need is a pillar. Right, I'm crouched. What are you talking about? Is he going to spawn? Oh, we got one. Alright, buddy. It's time. I'm not going to make it. I didn't make it. Uh-oh. I don't have rockets in my inventory. What have I done? Right, where's he gone? He's right below me. Oh, one shot! Oh, wait, there's another one. Oi! Hang on. Right, okay. Well, I definitely just one-shot that. But that killed off my night vision. See if we can get another one then. Or was it a one shot, or did he just not die? Oh, he didn't die. Uh-oh. Whoa, that was close. Oh, jeez. Oh my goodness. My totems are getting popped. Right, where is he? Because I still haven't technically killed him, right? Let me just eat one of these. Give myself a little bit of a boost. Right, okay. Come over this way, buddy. To my pillar that I didn't land on. I can't see. Oh my goodness, I cannot land on this pillar. What is wrong with me? There we go. Just eat another one of these. Give me the mace. Oh, I've missed again. Jeez. How have I missed that? How have I missed that? Oh my goodness, I am useless. Right, okay. I've got this one. I've got this one. No, I don't got this one. Why can't I land on this? What is wrong with me? Right, where's the guy? I'm just going to make this a bit bigger. Make my life a little bit easier. There we go. Wait, he's dead. Yes, we got him. We got him. Very nice. There we go. And all of that just to get this Warden head, because I don't even need this. Actually, we'll keep it. We'll keep it just because. Why not? Yeah, I'm not facing another one of those. There it is. Look at that. I can fly straight up this hole and out there, but I could not land on that little one block. Alright, get me out of here. Right, surely I can find a way out from here. I see one. I see an exit. Get me out of this cave. Freedom. Now let's just get rid of all this junk that we don't need. You know, I genuinely thought that I one-shot that Warden, but clearly it wasn't, and it was just the achievement for... what is it? For the mace. Yeah, deal 50 hearts of damage in a single hit. Looking at this, there's some really easy ones. Oh, I know what one I'm missing for this. It's the Zoglin. It's the zombified Hoglin. That's going to be annoying to get. I haven't even used a campfire to collect honey. Oh, that's funny. Right, I think what we'll do is we'll start making our way through all of those advancements. Maybe from next episode I'll just do like one every episode. Slowly get there. Now the question is, what do I want to do with this Warden head? You know what, I think for now we can just put it somewhere like here on display for now as a little reminder. Something else I forgot to mention at the start of the episode is that when I was doing my mining I ended up getting quite a few diamonds here, so we're just going to put those in my valuables chest and see what the total is now. And 3.5 stacks of diamond blocks. That's looking pretty nice. That should last me for quite a while. Well, other than the vehicles, the 3 main islands are pretty much finished now, and it's looking really cool now they've all come together. But next episode, we're finally going to get to work on the Anakin v Obi-Wan fight scenes, and I am seriously looking forward to this. It's going to be so cool. I've already done a bit of the redstone, and to be honest, I wish I could have shown you a bit more about the redstone and the process of building it, because it was a nightmare, but it just took so long, and I just didn't have the patience to be recording while I was doing it. But I'll go over how it all works in the next episode. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed today. May the force be with you always. I'm literally just sitting here waiting for it to turn night time so that I can sleep to get rid of the rain so that I can record my outro.